They said it was the largest mass exodus from a country since Syria. 9 million people had to flee. You see the Venezuelan flag, the smiles on their faces. They loving what's going on. Like, I'm seeing everybody, Dominicans, anybody that speaks Spanish, all the Hispanics are celebrating this. Let's get to a news clip right quick about Venezuela and what's happening. I got some reactions from people that appreciate this and those that don't.
In a stunning announcement, President Trump posted on social media this morning that Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro has been captured and flown out of the country with his wife.
De la lealtad más absoluta.
It could mark a remarkable end to a repressive socialist regime that started in Venezuela back with Hugo Chavez in 1999.
Let's pause. What happened with Hugo Chavez? When he came in, he took over the oil that the U.S. had set up. We went in there, set everything up, all the infrastructure, the whole situation. What he did was nationalize it, and that was the beginning and the end for the country because he nationalized it and brought in communism, and again, it never works. They keep trying communism over and over again, and it never works. And after Chavez, it's been a continuation of the same failed policy, which is why poverty rose to, like, at one point from 20% to 94%. And that's what caused Venezuelans to starve to death and have to flee to the tune of 9 million.
You have to understand what he's done. They've sent billions of dollars of drugs in, but maybe just as bad, they've sent hundreds of thousands of people in from jails, from prisons, from mental institutions and insane asylums. The drug lords, the drug dealers, were all sent into our country.
Let's not forget the whole migrant crisis. Let's not forget about that. We had Trinidad Alcohol coming in. Where did they come from? Venezuela. So they were sending us their gang members, their troublesome people. They were sending them here to cause trouble over here. We've seen plenty of our citizens get killed by them. There was a person, it was a whole family, and they were Hispanic too. They probably were Guatemalans. They were killed here where I live in Chattanooga, going through the tunnel by some drunk dude from Venezuela, probably a gang member. We've seen this over and over again.
Maduro's capture was part of a U.S. operation that included airstrikes, some aimed at military facilities. Explosions rocked Venezuela overnight. Low-flying aircraft were seen flying over the capital city of Caracas. You could feel the planes flying low, and then various explosions, at least 8 or 10, this Venezuelan man said. President Trump gave the green light for the operation over the holidays, according to 2 U.S. officials. It comes on the heels of a pressure campaign against the Maduro regime. There's been at least 30 strikes on alleged drug boats. The U.S. ordered a blockade after seizing oil tankers, while U.S. stealth fighter jets fly daily missions from Puerto Rico. The massive military buildup of 15,000 American troops in the Caribbean now includes 11 Navy ships, led by the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier.
Ante los ataques recientes.
On state TV, the Venezuelan government confirmed the airstrikes. The government has called on people to take to the streets in protest.
Now, it's going to be Maduro taking the first step off the plane. You can see what's going on here. I can't tell if he's shackled by his feet or if he just got handcuffs on. I'm not really sure. But it appears to be just handcuffs, and he's walking with a whole lot of agents. Hey, ain't no getting in the way. Even if his feet are not shackled, ain't no getting in the way here, bro. You pretty much, you cooked. Your goose is cooked right here. So that is Maduro, obviously right there in the blue hoodie, in betwixt all the agents, going to the next destination, federal detention facility, and then he'll go to trial. Now, here's Trump talking about Maduro.
So we were going to do this 4 days ago, but the weather was not perfect. The weather has to be perfect. And we had just the perfect weather. We had, very good. A little bit few more clouds than we thought, but it was good. We waited 4 days. We were going to do this 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. And then all of a sudden it opened up and we said go. And I'll tell you, it was just amazing. And what was he doing? He was in a very highly guarded, like a fortress, actually. He was in a fortress. That we had nobody killed was amazing. I think we had nobody killed, I have to say, because a couple of guys were hit, but they came back and they're supposed to be in pretty good shape. But that we had nobody killed, that we lost no aircraft. Everything came back. We got it all back. One of them was hit pretty hard, but a helicopter, but we got it back. But it just was the right time to do it. We had to do it because it's a war. We're losing 300,000 people a year. We don't lose that much in a war, okay, if you look. and we had to do it. But he was in a house that was more like a fortress than a house. It had steel doors. It had what they call a safety space, where it's, solid steel all around. He didn't get that space closed. He was trying to get into it, but he got bum rushed so fast that he didn't get into that. We were prepared. We had, massive blowtorches and everything else that you need to get through that steel, but we didn't need it. He didn't make it to that area of the house.
Hey, man, the U.S., people try to underestimate our power. They say that we fell off. Like, remember the Afghanistan withdrawal? That was a mess. That was pretty embarrassing. It's like the Americans, they don't know what they're doing. Look at this mess in Afghanistan that they made with the withdrawal, but with this precision. In and out like a thief in the night. Now, let's show some responses. This is going to be Vladimir Zelensky. That's all they name in it. Boris, Vladimir. You got about 3 names in Ukraine, Russia, same thing. Your name is Boris, Vladimir, or something else that sounds the same as that. But anyway, he says, if it's possible to deal with dictators like that, then the United States of America knows what to do next. Now, my question is, what does he mean by that? Because some see that he is like the good guy and he might be the bad guy in the situation.
Про Венесуелу? Як тут відреагувати? Що я можу сказати? Якщо можна, так, з диктаторами, ось так, то Сполучені Штати Америки знають, що їм робити далі.
Okay, so you heard what he said. I mean, you're speaking in Ukrainian, but he's saying, yo, if they can just do that with a dictator at any time, then what are we doing next? The insinuation is you can just go get Vladimir Putin like that. Please stop playing games, bro. Please stop playing games. And actually, some may say that you are the guy that needs to go, Zelensky. Some say it's you, not Vladimir Putin. And I might tend to agree. But shout out to Zelensky. Now, here's some responses from the people of Venezuela.
Yeah, come celebrate with us. We love everybody because you, America, has loved us so much. So much. Thank you, America.
Edgar, thank you so much for sharing those sentiments.
So he loves it. That's out there in Miami, in Doral, Miami. You see the Venezuelan flag, the smiles on their faces. They loving what's going on. So if they like it, I love it. If they like it, if Edgar and them like it, then I love it.
Venezuelans, they are out in force already celebrating this morning. We've been hearing the chants and the cheers, most of them celebrating what they believe is the end of the Maduro regime. We're going to hear from some of them in just a moment.
I'm seeing nothing but happiness, happy faces. I'm seeing MAGA hats on the Venezuelans. So they like what's happening. They like it. Again, most of the response I've seen from Venezuelan people in Venezuela and outside of Venezuela has been positive. It's been negative responses from those who are not Venezuelan, mostly. I'm not saying that all Venezuelans like this, but I've yet to see one that actually came out and said they don't like it. This woman says she is Trump's biggest hater, which is also Venezuelan, and she cannot deny the good that Trump did here.
For all my Americans on Trump for bombing Venezuela, let me tell you, I am Trump's #1 hater. I am also Venezuelan. And let me tell you, for all of you that are commenting on social media, oh my God, no war, we didn't sign for this. Oh my God, poor people, they must be so terrified. Let me tell you, every single Venezuelan that is not working for the government, the dictatorship that has been in place for more than 25 years, we are stoked. We are happy. Even the people that are currently still in Venezuela, everyone's happy about this. So can you please just educate yourself and stop spreading this bullshit narrative that, oh my God, poor people, like, they must be so scared. No, we're not scared. We've been waiting for this for 25 years. We've lost family members. We've escaped the country. We've had to leave everything behind to start over. Yes, some of us know Trump is a piece of shit, but sometimes you battle the devil with a bigger devil. So let him do what he needs to do, and then we can go back to shitting on him, okay?
Okay, so obviously you have someone who hates Trump, someone who is the furthest thing from a MAGA, not a MAGA at all, a Trump hater, self-admitted, obvious Trump hater, but she has to admit that he did a good thing right here. She's got to admit that, and I appreciate that. I respect that, because some people, they refuse to admit whenever a guy that they don't like does something good. Even with me, if Biden did something good, and I'm probably the biggest Biden hater. Hey, if you got a top 5 Hall of Fame Biden haters, it's me. Okay, Creepy Joe, Sleepy Joe. Yeah, I'm going to use all those words. But guess what? If he does something good, I'm going to give him credit for it. And I think that's the same thing going on right here. So shout out to her for saying, hey, I don't like Trump, but Orange Man good today. As time progresses and the things that Trump has done get revealed more to people like that, then they'll grow to like him. A lot of people hated Trump when he first came in office. Hey, when they hit Venezuela, people on my phone texting me. People on my phone that are not Trump fans, they text me like, hey, man, what's going on? Everything's good. They're curious about what's happening. They're curious about the conservative party, about Donald Trump, and the things that we bring to the table that's different than what Creepy Joe or whoever would bring to the table. Now, we got Venezuelans worldwide celebrating what happened. This is in Peru, Lima, Peru.
Venezuela. ¿Listo? Venezuela.
Al fin, señor, gracias. Gracias, mi Dios.
Por fin, bendice a
Spain, Madrid.
Mira, 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 mira cómo fue la vaina, mira cómo fue la vaina.
They loving it. Looking at videos.
Personaje.
Chile, Santiago. Argentina, Buenos Aires.
Vamos, vamos.
Venezolano, reuniéndonos a unos venezolanos que por su cuenta quisieron venir.
Me escuchás informal, ¿no? Pero luego de agosto.
Look, everybody's loving it. All Latin America, even in Europe, they're loving it. Like, I'm seeing everybody, Dominicans, anybody that speaks Spanish, all the Hispanics are celebrating this. I've not really seen anyone that's not celebrating it. Now, here we got a young man who appears to be in Venezuela, streaming on the other app, the Chinese app, talking about what's going on.
Do you know what? I'm going to hop off and I'm going to go cry and hug my family here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm happy right now. And if you ask any other Venezuelan right now, they're going to tell you that we are happy. Even if you don't like Donald Trump or not. Even if we don't want Donald Trump or whatever. We are happy. We are happy. We are happy. We're free. And if you are concerned for us, and if you're like, oh my gosh, you guys are screwed, Donald Trump is going to take you guys, whatever, pray for us then. I encourage you to do it. And do not just try to take our happiness and our only hope after 26 years.
They're telling you, like, this is what we feel. We like this. We're happy. We're cool with it. It's been going on for a very long time. We've been pleading with the outside world to get some help. And we got it. All right. And we got someone else. A message to the anti-war English speakers when speaking about the Trump-Maduro situation.
Now a message to my English-speaking friends, because I'm already seeing people are organizing protests, hands off Venezuela, let's defend Maduro, we love dictators. Do not, for a moment, let your hatred and disdain for Donald Trump, an unsavory character, have you defending the dictator of my country that was destroyed by him and Chavez and their system 20 years ago. We Venezuelans are very, very happy that our dictator has been arrested, removed, and will be put through a trial. It's the first time we're seeing justice in 26 years. Now let's hope that they get the rest of the criminals out of Venezuela, and then we can return home.
Everybody's saying, look, the problem is there's a regime there, oppressive, that forced us away. We love Venezuela. We love our home until we were forced to leave. So now that he's out of there, and if we get everybody else out of there who's part of the problem, then we can go back, because it's what we wanted to do from the beginning. We didn't really want to leave, but we had to leave. They said it was the largest mass exodus from a country since Syria. 9 million people had to flee because of what was happening with the government, with the oppressive system, with, again, a thing that does not work in communism.
Oye, el dictador cayó. Finalmente. Estamos libres, estamos libres. Viva Venezuela libre. Gracias, Dios. Gracias. Oye, el dictador cayó finalmente. Granadito, hermano, esto es real. Estamos libres. Mira, mira cómo está la gente. Viva Venezuela libre.
Part of the reason why I played that is because some people say, oh, it's all in English, and what about the Spanish speakers? All kind of dumb stuff. Now, we got protesters, of course, because you got to have some haters. This is out in Vermont, okay? Much different crowd than the Venezuelans celebrating in the streets all over the world. Much different crowd here in Vermont.
Biggest threat in the world today? Donald Trump in the USA. Biggest threat in the world today? Donald Trump in the USA.
Now, count the Venezuelans in this crowd. I know it's kind of hard. They got coats on and stuff like this, but I don't see too many Venezuelans. I'm seeing some regular Vermonters. I'm seeing some white liberals straight from the Democratic Party bust into Vermont, or they might just live there. Okay, let's exit our basement and go out there and protest what happened in Venezuela. Okay, where the Venezuelans at? It kind of reminds me of Black Lives Matter. Remember them? Where they would be out there marching and protesting with 1,000 white liberals and a handful of black people, depending upon where they at. That's kind of what's going on. And if it was in the black area, you might have some black folks out there trying to get some money and trying to get some of that money. But anyway, now this, again, it's in Spanish, but he's slamming liberals who defend Maduro, saying, I saw friends eat dogs to survive.
Yo, mira, salí de Venezuela por eventos traumáticos horribles. Cuando yo salí en plena decadencia, cuando la gente solo comía mangos, yo vi a un amigo mío comer perros allá. Es increíble, yo no sé por qué aquí hay personas con banderas de Venezuela, son venezolanos, saben lo que pasa en Venezuela, es como cuando tienen las banderas de Cuba, saben lo que pasa en Cuba. La esposa de mi papá es cubana y ella me dice las cosas tan horrendas que pasaron allá. Dios mío, ¿en serio pueden culpar a... Está bien, se inventan el capitalismo, todo esto, pero es increíble lo que pasa, Dios mío. ¿Cómo puede ser que estas personas estén acá defendiendo a un dictador que tiene el helicoide, el centro de tortura más grande de Latinoamérica?
So there we go. So if you heard that in Spanish, you see that all these liberals talking crazy. Look, y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't really get it. You know, it's some issues. We out here starving, or we were at one point having to eat whatever we could. So nah, let's not even really go down that road.